What's up, YouTube family? I'm back at you like I'm mad at you. I'm always glad when you're showing up. Show that every time. You know that, family. I wanna discuss the topic of love, right? I want to discuss what does true love really look like, right? And I want to discuss it in a very, I think, uh, I want to discuss it in a very different way than we may be used to talking about, or we may be used to the understanding of what love is. Now, the Bible says that God is love, right? Now, you do know, if you watch this channel enough, you know that I talk about the Most High being the God of truth, and the Lord being that Spirit of truth sent here on to connect with us on earth. He is said to be the truth, the way, and the life, right? The way, the truth, and life is the truth that leads the way to life. So now, if God is love and God is the truth, or the God of truth, right? Then it is very clear to me, family, when it's said to love your neighbor as you love yourself, it is to tell them the truth. Share the truth with them. Love is revealing, family. It is revealing like the truth. You see, many religious folk think that what it means to love your neighbor as yourself has to do with, you know, giving them sugar when they ask for it. Or, you know, maybe sharing some cookies that you made on the weekends. But it is far more profound than that, family. Because if loving your neighbor as you love yourself was predicated upon you sharing the things that you possess for yourself, then that would mean every pastor, every Christian, that means there shouldn't be no poor people on the streets, because you should be sharing blankets, mattresses, your couch. If you loving them as you love yourself, right? You use the couch, you use the TV, you go in your refrigerator. That means y'all, the religious folk who believe that that's simply what love your neighbor is, should be moving their neighbors in. They should be moving poor people in, right? Why am I saying it that far? Because if you believe that's what it means, just to simply share things with them, but it says to love them as you love you. It says to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Well, as you love yourself, then that means to share all that you have with them. And see, that's why I know that it does not merely mean that, but it means to tell them the truth. Reveal the truth to your neighbor. See, love your neighbor as you love yourself, because you don't lie to yourself, do you? If you truly love yourself, right, you tell yourself the truth. That is true love. When you not only agree with the truth, seek the truth, but you not only seek the truth, agree with the truth, but you also want the truth. You also tell yourself the truth, right? The minute you get to lying to yourself, you don't love yourself, family. Anyone that lies to themselves does not love themselves. And anyone who lies to anyone else, right? If you lie to your partner, if you lie to anyone, right? It's not because you love them. It's because It's not because they love you. If somebody lies to another, it's not because they love that person. It's because they want that person to love them. When people lie to you, right, it is not because they love you, it's because they want you to love them. Now, that is just the one part of it, family, as far as the truth, right? As far as love being the truth. And again, I want to throw that out there. To love your neighbor as you love yourself. To truly love yourself is to be with the truth. Is to tell yourself the truth, right? If you lie to yourself, you do not love yourself. This is how many people end up suicidal or, they end up with reprobated minds, or they end up where their life is full of turmoil or certain kind of challenges because of those lies that they tell themselves or those lies that they have come in agreement with. And so this is very significant, even to the man or woman who commits suicide. Sending prayers out to anyone who struggles with that. But people who find themselves in that place is because they're believing in a lie. They are probably in agreement with a lie, right? And whether that lie didn't come, it could have came from within themselves, or it could have came externally, right? They could have heard somebody else say it. But either way it go, it's a lie. And it's some lie in their head. And if you so running from yourself so much, you're running from your own facing yourself so badly that you'll lie to yourself all your life, it's because you don't love your true self. You don't love yourself enough to face your situation where it stands, pick yourself back up, right? Get yourself back on track where you are. You'd rather just lie to yourself. So anyone who lies to themselves is because they don't love themselves. And anyone who lies to another is not because they love the other, but because they want the other to love them. That's another example of that is parents who are afraid to be the mother or the father, but they prefer to be the friend alone. They would rather be the friend because they're more so. There's nothing wrong with being the friend also, right? With being the friend too to your child, but they're afraid to be the actual mother or father with the line drawn between the adult and the child, because they want that child to love them. And so they're not always even honest in those kind of scenarios, because another example of it's not so much they love the child, they want the child to love them. So God is love. God is the God of truth. The Lord is the Spirit of truth. To love your neighbor as you love yourself is to tell them the truth, right? So the scriptures also say, it says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. How does Christ love the church, family? How does Christ love the church? He reveals the truth to them. Love is a revealing thing, right? It's not something somebody can just bomb you with, right? Love bomb you with, so to speak. They can't just say it. It's not just something that's a matter of words. Love is a revealing thing. Love looks like, you're going to catch your child wanting to run off into the streets, right? And the street lights. And you reveal to you get a hold of them and reveal to them the dangers that come with the territory, right? You reveal to them the caveats. You show them and reveal to them that there's many ways for them to enjoy themselves, to have fun, to live life, and not have to go down a path that will destroy them, right? That's what love looks like. Do you think that child, is that child always going to be happy with you stopping that child from going to do something that they really feel like they want to do? No. And so, love not always is love is not always a soft, soothing thing, right? It's not a soft, soothing dynamic. It's not a soft, soothing, it's not always a cuddling experience, so to speak, right? That child may think that you're trying to, it might hurt sometimes, in other words. Love might hurt sometimes. It might come across as something that's intended to hurt you, right? And so many people feel like because love, they feel like love has to come in a form of giving them whatever they want. But actually, that's not love. That's someone just letting you do whatever you want and does not care what you do cannot truly love you. If your dog go running out into the streets where the traffic is, where cars are going by, if you let the dog just do what he want to do, you couldn't care too much for that animal. But you're going to stop that dog, even though that dog wants to do that, right? You're going to stop that dog from putting itself in harm's way is love. And so it may come across as something that is harsh sometimes. Sometimes it may come across as something that's stern and tough, right? Truth can be tough, family. But it is for your best interest. Now, present interest and futuristically. You see what I'm saying? When people only give you what you want and tell you what you want to hear for the present, for the moment, they just want you to love them. They couldn't truly care about you. We all know this. If we have someone, I've had someone in our lives who tried to tell us the right way to go in life, right? Don't mean they was perfect, don't mean they was always right, but they were concerned with us destroying our lives or putting ourselves in harm's way and we not have a future at all, right? So we might have thought they was just jealous or they was this and they was that, but they really cared and loved you. That is God, and that is love, and that is the truth. This is what truth looks like. This is what love looks like. And I wanted to share this much because we looking for love to come in a form of spoiling us, right? Now, if you let something spoil until it is rotten, how much did you really love that thing? How much did you really love it if you let it, allow it to become rotten? Love is not what we want it to be all the time. It's about our best interest. Some of us, and some of you on the other side of this screen, are in a better place in life because you heeded some advice or some wisdom and guidance when you were younger that turned out to work out for your best interest now, at this very moment in your life. There's some things that you can see now, I know you can, where you can understand now, like, man, I'm glad I did, get off that path. I'm glad I did do something different. Back then, when you were told to get off that path, maybe you didn't want to, right? So, love is not something that has to come in a form of giving you something that you want but that will harm you later on, right? This explains why some of the things that we've asked for when it comes to the Most High, being willing to give you whatever you ask for, yet it is designed for you to be prepared for it. This is the love of a father. Let me share something with you. Remember how we talk about knowing is faith, right? Anything that you believe, right? Anything that you have faith. When you have faith, God said he'll give it to you, right? He said, ask whatever you ask in my Father's name and believe that you have received it, and my Father in heaven shall give it to you. I'm going to show you, this is love. It is designed for you to have faith first. Why? Because he wants faith is knowing. He wants you to know, right? He wants you to first know what you're doing before he gives it to you. He wants you to know what you're getting into. He wants you to know that you can handle it. He wants you to know what it is. He wants you to know what you're asking for, right? He wants you to be confident in this thing, and he'll give it to you, whatever it is you ask for. That's love. So that's like a father who say, I'll buy you a car after you practice how to drive, learn how to drive, right? So first, he wants you to know something. He wants you to understand the car a little bit, right? He wants you to know how to drive it. He wants you to get familiar with being behind the wheel first, right? He wants you to be confident that you can handle it. It's not always about, when we talk about knowing, family, it's not always about the actual physical training. It has a lot to do with knowing within, right? So confidence, right, is a product of knowing. Because when you know what you're doing, you're confident. And when you're confident, it's because you know, right? You know how to do something. You know what to do, right? You're familiar with it, something, right? Knowing is very significant in that the Most High will give you, and it's promised and has a design process to give you whatever you ask for, which, as long as you have faith, as long as you know. See what I'm saying? So be still and know that I am, right? This is very significant, family, in that love, that is a great example of love. Meaning, my point in saying that is love is something that cares about you multidimensionally. Love is something that cares about not only what you are asking for now, what you want in life right now, but what it's going to do for you tomorrow, right? Or where it can lead, right? Where it can lead, right? You don't just give a child anything they ask for, knowing that you could be putting a child in danger if the child is not prepared to handle it. And so it's very significant, family, very significant that we understand that when we say God is love and he's the Most High, he's the God of truth, right? Now, there's so many different levels to dimensions and things that go on, but what I speak upon is right here in this plane, right? In this dimension, and in the dimension that oversees this dimension, right? In this heaven, and what it say, on earth as it is in heaven, right? Because I believe that we must understand and we must overstand and understand one plane at a time, right? Because we're here right now for a reason. We're here right now, and what we discover, what we accomplish, what we understand, and overstand right now is what matters, right? That's the way I see it. The God of this, not the God of this dimension, or this existence, right? The God of this life, not of the world, but of this life, is the God of truth. Is the Most High, is the God of truth. And the Spirit is the Spirit of truth. And that Spirit of truth is love. And to love your wife as Christ has loved the church means for her to be in the truth, for her to know the truth. This means don't lie to her. See, it's telling you don't lie to her. It's telling you don't mislead her and tell her what she wants to hear all the time, and don't spoil her, right? Tell them the truth. Share the truth. And if we have any hope in overcoming this world, family, we must, when it is said that we must love each other in Christ or love each other in God and so forth, that is like for us to love each other in the truth. And the truth is very revealing. When we understand that the extent of the ventriloquist at play, see, the issue is we can't count on getting every single being on this earth together. But there is a body that can come together, right? There is a nation of us that can come together in truth. That truth is revealing enough for us to love each other in that truth, because when you realize the extent of the wickedness in high places, it makes you look at your neighbor differently. And so, for example, right, just for teaching purposes, right, educational purposes, for example, if we all found out that we were chipped at birth, in the hospital, they gave your mom all kind of medicines and shots, and they took you out and immediately gave you all kind of, baby formulas and all that stuff. And it's not far-fetched to the idea that, just say something happened to all of us at birth and we just won't accept it. And imagine that what happened to us was a chip that's been in all of us since we were very little. And it affects your thinking, your choices. Let's just say it affects your thinking, your choices. It's caused you to do some mean things. Maybe it's not caused you to do such mean things, but it caused you to do some dishonest things, right? Maybe it's caused you to do some unpleasant things, some regretful things. But come to find out, all of what we discuss, right, what we hate to see in one another, has not been us the whole time. Just imagine it was a chip all of this time. So I want you to think like that when you're thinking about the truth and something being revealing. That's just for example, family. That's just an example. But what if the truth was just like that? And now, how many of us, after coming to that truth, right, could change the way we see our neighbors? How many of us could be more merciful after knowing something like that? After discovering something like that? How many of us could be more patient, more merciful, and more understanding of one another? That will be what it's like to love each other in God, aka truth. And so we had any hope in overcoming the world and coming together. Maybe not every single branch that's growing out of the soil, but at least a good sound nation of us. Could we come together in truth? If so, that would be the process. But I know for many of us, it would take an alarming revealing of truth. It would take an alarming revealing of truth for that to happen. Many of us would need to hear something so outlandish for it to affect us in such a way that we're willing to love each other in truth or in God, right? So I just want you to know, family, that much. I'm on the trail again, so I'm kind of talking a little slow. I was looking at these deers, but I don't want to hold you. I want you to know that if God is love, and love, if God is love, and God is the God of truth, his son is the spirit of truth, which is the light, then to love your neighbor as you love yourself has to do with sharing and telling the truth. And it's something that is revealing. When a child wants to go out and do things and explore their horizons at a young age, sometimes you have to sit them down and reveal to them some things in a way that they develop wisdom, knowledge, and wisdom and understanding. And so they can still have fun, they can still enjoy their lives, but they don't have to do it in a way that is harmful for them. And not only that, but you show them their strengths, right? Remember, love is a revealing thing. Truth is a revealing thing, right? People can't just tell you they love you. It's something that is revealed. You can't just meet somebody and be like, this is my friend, this is my best friend. That's something that's revealed over time, right? You go through some things, you meet somebody and you have some experiences with this person that reveals to you, that's my friend, right? Or she's or he's my best friend, right? Yeah. That's not something you can just meet somebody today and tomorrow. You say, that's my best friend or that's my friend. That's something that is revealed by way of your experiences with that person, with that man or woman. And so you can't just go out and pick your friends, in other words. You see, that's something that is revealing. In the same way, truth is revealing. Love is revealing. It's not something that somebody can just meet you and say, I love you. You know, the Most High has shown us, in other words, family, the Most High has shown us love by way of revealing to us what we've been born in. This ain't got shit to do with the next, with different realities or worlds and shit that we are right here, right now, family. This ain't got nothing to do with what we don't understand yet. This has to do with what we do understand. And the Most High showed us love by revealing to us in our current situation, in our current cages, in our current distresses, in our current depressions, in our current bondages, in our current shackles. He's revealed to us, right? Over and over again in time, those of us who have a relationship, right? With the Most High, with the Lord, right? He's revealed to us over and over and over again, right? Our strengths, like a father or mother or father will reveal their strengths to their child. That's a responsibility of a mother and father to reveal the strengths of a child to the child. That's how the dolphins train baby dolphins. That's how orcas train baby orcas. That's how lions train their cubs, right? And bears. They take them as a little kid and they go out and show them how to hunt, show them how to do things. You have to show them their strengths, right? So when you release them to be on their own, they know where their strength lie. They know where their help cometh, right? So the Most High has done this with many of us, right? He's taken us over time and constantly walked with us and revealed to us many things about ourselves, about the world around us, right? The current and present that we are in right now. And he's revealed to us in our most confused times, in our most confused moments, right? In our most discouraged moments. He's revealed to us over and over again, family, that what was necessary that we may know our strengths in this place, right? That we may know how to come out of those bondages, right? Out of those shackles. He's shown us, family, and revealed to us. That's love. And it's not always an exciting dynamic, right? It's not always an exciting process. Many of us have, been in religious beliefs and had different perspectives and beliefs for so long that when it first came about, maybe it wasn't pleasant, right? But he's shown us, right, that, hey, there is no Santa Claus for real, right? When you were a baby, I let you think that. But now it is for me to let you know as a maturing adult, guess what? I'm Santa Claus the whole time. That's love, family. To the next video, peace, positivity, optimism, power, and abundance, water.